I just killed the stream. Oh my god. Yeah. That happened. Let's see. Well, that was interesting. Oops, 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 oops. There we go. Okay, so those that are watching, those that are tuning in, I was talking about the... Hi, Zero the Fox. I was talking about the aliens and beings that visit us. Like I mentioned a bit earlier, there are footages where it is fake, where we're given the size like, hey, it might be government, it might be people trolling, it might be just false info, but there are plenty of beings out there who want to be seen, who come here and actually work as a catalyst. A lot of spaceships, while for some it might be visible, while come over and visit, they work like catalysts because of that energy, because of the connection. You might just need to see it once. Just have your eyes up, see that UFO, see that spaceship, or something that you can't explain what it is, and that worked like a catalyst. It's, in a way, planting seeds of information, seeds of awareness for many people. Those that might be aware of, great. They will look into it. They will feel a connection. They're gonna wonder. But those that have never been exposed to it, those that are still on the question like aliens, well, yeah, but science says, yeah, there's a lot of scientific rules and laws and things that would explain that, like, hey, just impossible, like that, like time travel or wormholes and stuff, it's just not gonna work because your physical body will not be able to handle it. But then you look, and then you see something you cannot explain. And that is that seed where it breaks a lot of constructs of our beliefs and understanding of reality. And people become accepting and people start to wonder. So in a way, a lot of those beings who show up, they have good intentions. They're working like catalysts for people to become more aware, to look up, to be open to different information, to be able to read and look and get informed on it. And at the same time, for others, the way it happened for me, you see something you cannot explain, not a plane, not a drone, no nothing, like how the hell, what is it? And then getting an out-of-body experience, and you're on a spaceship, and you're talking to crew, and they're giving information that you've never encountered before. And so that's like, a lot of people get that too, where you see something and those beings actually come and they take your consciousness and they put you on their spaceship and they're like, hey, let's talk, we know you, we're your soul family, we work together, we have history, we're here for you, we're supporting you. So there's plenty of good guys out there. To say that, like, we're never getting help and stuff, like, that's one thing, but yeah, with the UFOs, with what we see in the sky is going to be 50-50. Because of the Starlink, because of the government, because of the drones, because of the AI, a lot of people will say it's fake. But people do get visited. People do get to see them. And there are plenty of footages where you do have to look at, like, you know, like, hey, is it real or not? But eventually, there are real ones. For sure. At least the people I know at least 2 people who see it every day and are constantly able to film the video and share it, and it's going to be authentic and it's going to look weird. It's not going to be that disc shape. It's not going to be just that. There are variations. So I'm just going to quickly go into Russ' Facebook to find the channel, and you yourself can look up his videos and decide for yourself. For me, what I see, and just because I know the guy, it's 100% true. The way I see him and stuff, with what he shares. So there's that. Like, give me a second. Where's that Russie? Lyran versus the Matrix. Look up his channel. Lyran versus the Matrix. Lyran vs the Matrix. He has plenty of videos, and you can see the spaceships out there. So there's that. That's my take on it. Or whoever asked, thank you. I think it was Krell or someone else. But anyway, yeah. That's my take. I'm gonna play a little bit of the game, and then we're gonna continue with the Q&A. So just chilling, just taking it easy, and let's go. Alright.
Wait, weren't you? Well, you're back. Care to buy something?
Krell saying, I met a poet in San Francisco who said he got inspiration for his poems from a higher vibration entity. Absolutely. Absolutely. This definitely a thing. Same with even Nikola Tesla and some other people. It's not like they have come up with that tech or science themselves, they were given that. There are a lot of beings communicating, showing up in our dreams. And in the astral projection, when you're out there, there are a lot of beings who will share stuff that you can bring here and see the changes.
Spare the runes. You should buy yourself a crafting kit. A crafting kit allows you to make basic items on your own. Essential, really, if you intend to survive out here for any duration. The kit costs a bundle, and I admit I do take my cut. But the important thing is that you survive. Every customer counts, after all.
Alright. So let's get it. Crafting kit, let's go. Torch.
I'm glad you took my warning to heart.
Okay, now let's see. I got item crafting. Yeah, okay. You ended up living with him for a time being, and can confirm there was something that was communicating. Absolutely. I think everyone does get that, one way or the other. We get communications, we get visitations, and again, it's up to how aware and open we are to it, but it does happen. Definitely. Are we fighting this guy? I'm not ready yet. I think I would like to get stronger. Last time we got my ass kicked. There's gonna be a hole somewhere here. Ta-da. Okay. Okay. More catacombs, gate front. It's gonna be a long journey, but whatever. Let's go. Krish is saying, do you believe that parallel Earth are separated by light distance in the galaxy and not dimension? I think it's frequency. It's kind of hard to explain with my limited language, but probably the best example I would have is... I've had this out-of-body experience once, and I mentioned it quite a few times. Where... I'm just gonna find a safer place, because I got killed. Okay, easy for me to talk right now. I've had this out-of-body experience once, where I had this device on my arm, and the world in front of me. And I had other people besides me who were sharing how the frequency works. And I saw the world, and this guy said, like, hey, well, get into this feeling state of, like, anger or resentment, or just think about something that you do not like, that's something that triggers you. And of course, you know, like, okay, fear of spiders, like, getting irritated and stuff. But you could see the stats and different things that I did not knew at the time. It's like, kind of measuring the focus, the words, the intention, the frequency, and everything about us, but just the beingness. I wasn't saying anything out loud. I was just like thinking, focusing, like this inner energy and thought work. And I would get kind of like, okay, there are things that are bugging me. I have some fears, you know, like, and I would just focus on that, my problems, my issues, and the world in front of me, looking at the stats on the mirror and what I saw in front, changed. And if you would look at Earth, like everything's normal, and then you go, you don't feel so good, you focus on the negative, the world around me started transforming, slowly, but all of a sudden it's shape-shifting, and becomes icky and muddy and like this hard atmosphere and hard to breathe, and people like shape-shift and they're not doing so good. And it's like, okay, now think about love. Think about something you like. And I had time to focus on some good feeling states, some of the things I like that were good for me, some joyous moments, and all of a sudden the world in front of me started changing again. But now it wasn't the normal like Earth world, it was even better. Where all the senses were amplified. Where things that would give you joy or something that you would like, it was even better, more profound, stronger. And the stats, the like a lot of numbers and things on the device on my hand started changing again and like becoming better. So the way I saw the same world, I was not moving anywhere. I was not traveling, I was in one point. But the way I felt transformed everything around me, I think this is the way it works. At least the perception I had. That there are many versions of Earth. And it's not like we have to travel somewhere and it's like copy of Earth, we have one Earth here, and then we're gonna travel through space and then we're gonna have another Earth here and it's a copy but better world or not. I don't think it's that. I think it's us, always standing still in one place. But how we feel, what we understand, what we believe in will alter everything around us. And the way people talk about, oh, well, we're gonna go on to the new Earth or the fifth dimension and we're gonna shift and we're gonna be taken and things that, like new Earth, yay. No one's taking us anywhere. It's not like a spaceship will come here and take us and transfer us and fly us somewhere and things are gonna happen, yay. I don't think it's a likely scenario. Might be wrong. I hope I am. But for me it seems that we're gonna stand in one place. And if you want a new Earth, if you want a different density, where things are better, it has to start here. With our thoughts, with what we focus on, with our understanding. And one thing is when it's you, but because it's a collective world, because there's so many of us. All of these signs where, even through the COVID period, even with all these things happening in the world, people are waking up more and more. And after COVID, it became massive. So many people woke up. Whether they wanted it or not, they got a kick in the ass because of their health, because of things that happened. Where they're starting to question things, where they're starting to look for information and they're getting the knowledge that they were not aware of before. And they're becoming open. And more of us are looking at that, and the world thus is changing. That new Earth, we're not traveling anywhere, is the change, the frequency, what we believe in, what we think, what we feel, all of that. Us together change it. But again, my perception, just my subjective perception. Mr. Mojo is asking, how do you keep other people's energies off of you? I drop tools before a certain coworker comes in the shop. That's how I know that they're about to enter. It's annoying, lol. Mr. Mojo, that's a great question. Really depends, like, plenty of tools, whether you would look at spiritual work we have to do, or whether it would be physical. There's a lot of work I do when it comes to people, a lot of things I can tune into and see and feel and get part of their energy onto me. And even today I was having a session with my friend, like Kimberly McGeorge, and she's like, Akvile, you were doing plenty of sessions and you forgot to clean yourself up. Like, come on, girl. You're being like a attacked by the AI, you have entities and stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, like, I know, it wasn't taking my time to do that, like, wasn't a priority. It's always like something else happening, and then I leave myself for the last or forget myself at all. So with it, how do I do it? I don't do it every day. Just being honest and authentic. It's not like, look at me, I'm amazing, and I'm telling everyone to do all this stuff and I'm doing it all myself. I give a lot of tools. I don't always work myself. There are times where I sit down where I do the work, go really hard at it. But there are times where I do the light work where, okay, I handle most of these things that I care about, but let's go and we're gonna go tap into deeper stuff later when I'm wanting to confront it. And by that I talk about, recently Rich and I, we did a session. I actually got quite a few abductions, being taken and altered, and different chemicals in my body, exposed to heavy metals and stuff. So there's a variety of things that happen, and I see the changes. It just becomes so obvious. And I recorded the session. I recorded the whole thing, what I did, like what we did, and the past life regression, and going like forgotten memories, or like what was suppressed, and just getting back at it. It wasn't too tough, but you know, it just takes time. Like, you know, you have to consciously tell yourself, like, okay, an hour or two I'm gonna spend clearing that stuff. For me, it's like probably the hardest. I can, like, I'm not sure how to say it. It's not necessarily the light work, but I know it's not gonna take too much time. The stuff I do where it's clearing entities and stuff, like giving the permissions and different things, it's easy. But when you go at something deeper, harder, you would have to spend time. And so I don't always do it. So maybe later in the future I will upload a session if some of you are interested with how we did and all. But then going back to basics, I'm looking like there's probably like a way to jump down, but we'll see. If I look at myself and I don't feel too heavily attacked and messed with, then it's easy. I take a bath. I like salt baths. I take a walk. I know that for my awareness is just like easy to clear. And in that way, when I go for walks, or one of the things I like to do is focus that every step I take is like an energetic supernova. So one step, boom, massive explosion of my energy, and it just like clears a space. Whether it would be entities, whether it would be some ETs around myself or other people, that energy knocks out others, and it just like creates a sovereignty, and the feeling state changes. One thing is walking and like physical exercise is always good for you. But then the energy work, where you have the intention, like, yes, every single step I take is good, it's clearing, it's healing, like that becomes more profound. And then let's go into more details with that. Giving permission for entities to leave. Scanning what's yours and what's not. For me, like, one of the easiest things to notice is that there is a change. Just a second. Okay. How about an hour and a half for the stream? So while I'm still chit-chatting and talking nonsense to y'all, or not, depends how you see it. I'm like wondering, can I just jump there? Just like trying to get down. Maybe I can, maybe I will survive. Okay, we're alive. But that wasn't necessarily what I wanted. Right. Yeah, so simple things like bath, walk, and stuff like that, that works. But going deeper, when there are more details and the tools, you'd have to sit down. Like, I can wake up in the morning and I can tell, like, okay, I got jumped, there are some beings targeting me. I know myself enough, and that awareness of self, where you know who you are, how you behave, how you feel day to day, there's your normal state, your default settings of beingness, and there are places where you have been targeted, where you have been messed with, and that's where you know, like, hey, I woke up and I'm feeling like shit. There's some change where you start to worry about nothing. you were feeling fine, and all of a sudden you're kind of worried, anxious, more reactive, like, I have to look, okay, well, what about my monthly cycle? What about my hormone levels? Did I take my supplements? Am I taking care of my physical body? You know, just covering the basics. But when I have done all that, and I'm like, something's out of place. Something's really out of place. And I can tell, like, my behavior, my beingness change, and that's where I know, yeah, stuff happened, got targeted, now let's take care of it. So, oh, hello. Just looking at how do I get down there. First probably would be good to get this guy. There we go. Okay. So when I look at myself and I see that, you know, there was some change. Was some change in how I feel, my casual, normal... I'm gonna die? Okay, good. My normal behavior changes, my default settings, my character, the way I am changes. I know I have been jumped, and that's where I know I have to sit down and at least, if I'm not gonna do any work, I have to be aware of the reactions and know, hey, there will be triggers throughout the day. I might overreact. I might be more sensitive to something. Pay attention. Pay attention. Whether it's conversations with people, whether it's meeting with someone and they're gonna do something to trigger me, I have to first tell myself, like, hey, stuff happened to me. I've got jumped. I have to be more reactive. I have to take responsibility for it. When I do, things are different. Then I have control and at least I can react properly. Not get too triggered or know, like, this is a setup. What I'm feeling right now, my emotions, it's not me. And when I tell that, it shifts. There is a big change in that because you acknowledge that, hey, it's not you. It's not your casual behavior. It's not your casual identity and beingness. And that's where you can fight back. So like that awareness of who you are, how you behave, what's happening to you day to day is really important. After that, depends. Usually just giving the permission for the beings to leave your space works quite well. One of the things that's also helpful is creating a realm where beings that come to you, they'll have their needs satisfied. And then they can go do their stuff, live the life they want. Here's the thing, a lot of us, because of our past lives, and I'm saying that because currently a lot of people have been like, hey, there are no past lives, like, fuck you, you're talking shit. But it's just, we have so many labels in the way we talk about concepts that it's easier to use that word than to say, okay, depending on what kind of frequency you tuned in today and your aspect that you just tapped into, like, yeah, whatever. So, lost my thought. Because we have been healers, because we have been creating worlds, we have this reputation where beings and entities and others see us that we're able to help, which is why they come to us. They come for help. They come that they know you will be able to solve their stuff. A lot of us get jumped by entities and other beings because they're looking at you for help, not because they want to attack you. They have their own issues. They don't want to be with you. They don't want to be anywhere. They want to escape and be safe, but usually just because they're thought forms, they get attached looking for help, or they have someone higher up sending them. Not that they want to do it themselves, not that they're doing it on their own free will. They're listening to someone higher up because they got threatened that they're gonna be killed or their family will be attacked, and there's just so much stuff happening in the background where it's important to pay attention, try to understand what's going on, not blame everyone around you, but like, hey, look, there are beings who are looking for help, and you can help them. And with that, like I said, imagine a realm where all of these thought forms will be able to heal, where they will have the freedom to recall their past, to get back the memories, to get back the understanding, to be exposed, like, you know, like if we would talk about Akashic records or what's going on in the universe, at least they will be exposed to that kind of information, and they'll be able to get better, to at least have better choices, to have more control over their lives. And when we do that, when we create this realm and invite the beings, hey, look, I've just created a safe world for you, you can leave. Here's your help. You wanted to escape, you wanted to get help, that's the thing, go on. They will leave your space. Just imagining, using your imagination and inviting them to take that opportunity, to take that choice, to use that to leave, they will. They don't want to hang around. They don't want to mess with you. They're looking for help, most of these entities. Now, not to say that there are no bad ones or anything. Trying to deal with this little monster. But there are beings who will target us, and then we can look into solving their issues. Have we done something in our past or in other aspects in our bodies to harm them? If we did, well, let's go for forgiveness or finding like ways to make deal and peace and offering them something better, saying sorry and like getting them off your ass. Like that's important as well, cleaning up after yourself and after the things you did. Because there are so many. So lots of ways, lots of tools. And I'm looking at where am I jumping? Just jumping down. But yeah, like this inner work, it's a never-ending thing. It's a never-ending thing. Now I'll read over the question again to answer it more properly. Just like trying to deal with the current cute little monsters. Okay. How do you keep other people's energy off of you? So with all that stuff that I talked about, mainly I know if I'm not gonna have that many entity attachments, I will be clear. Like, it doesn't stick. You kind of gain immunity where in a way you're not reactive anymore, and at the same time you're clear. That kind of guy is a bit scary. You're clear from the attacks. What they say, what they do not harm you anymore. It doesn't reach you, it doesn't affect you. And that is an important part for, like, keeping someone else's energy off of you. There we go. There we go, good. But another thing to keep someone else's energy off of you is, like I said, that awareness you might have about yourself, who you are as a character, and then you walk into some space, just public, and people, whether they are energy vampires or they're not doing good, first you have to acknowledge that, hey, something's different about this person, something's different about this place. I feel like I am being harvested, I feel like I am being attacked. Acknowledge those, because then you're not putting this thing like, I'm guilty, there's something wrong with me. No, like what you're feeling is real. It is absolutely real and super important to acknowledge. And then you can say like, what I'm feeling currently is not mine. You don't identify their crap or their energy or their parasites with you. And that's like probably like one of the biggest things. If people start over-identifying themselves with what they feel, then they get into trouble. If you can stay kind of clear with what I'm feeling currently is not mine, then you can deal with it easily because one, you're not taking it to yourself. You're not even allowing it to enter your space. And the rest is pretty much just how you're able to handle it. In a way of, don't react, don't get triggered, don't look into it too much. Oh shit, oh my god. Oh my god. So close. Like even right now, part of me could get mad. Part of me like could go, oh my god, I lost, look at this. So much, I was so close. But no, like, interesting thing about like even playing all these video games, you could react. You could get mad about like, oh, I did something bad and stuff, like, but I acknowledge like, hey, it's just a game, I don't feel pain. I know where I might misclick, I know where I make a little mistake, I own my stuff. The rest doesn't trigger me at all. So I think like that's the way to play with it. I've encountered some people live where I didn't like it. In a way, in the massage school there was this woman, who was pretty much like a succubus. Man, she's a living succubus. Like, this lady was constantly just... Don't want to talk bad about her, acting like a whore, like just like trying to touch everyone, getting super intimate with everyone, trying to go to bed with everyone. I'm like, really? Like, that's too much. I have my own personal space. Please don't get close to me. Thank you. So, some of that stuff would trigger me just because I have my own values and stuff, but then once I identified, like, not a person, succubus, pay attention. Yes, everything changed. Because then I knew that there was a specific behavior that I would react to. There were... I'm gonna die. Details that would trigger me. And once I acknowledged that there was something like it, I could take control of how I react, of what I do about it. And that's where you kind of change the game. Oh wait, there we go. So yeah, that's my long answer. Good. Right. Okay. Chris is saying, I heard the theory that our souls continuously travel to different parallel bodies, especially on the REM sleep. Yeah, I would agree with that. I would say it's not like you have one body, one aspect, and that's it. I've had countless experiences where I close my eyes, physical body falls asleep, and then there's a consciousness shift. I wake up in one of the bodies where life was happening. There was an aspect of me already living, doing stuff. And just like I talk about the subject of walk-ins, how your consciousness leaves the body and there's another being who comes over and takes your place, all of your memories of this physical body, everything that you have ever done, your memories, your thoughts, your feelings, your values kind of stays, but that being now has the charge of, okay, I know what happened, I know what you wanted to do, now I take over, now I can act, and same way, it's like physical body falls asleep, you tune in, and in that dream, where you actually tune in into another aspect of you, there is another life that you are living fully, and you tune in, you get back the memories, you don't even try, it's like you just have the knowledge already. You don't have to remember anything, you already know. You already know what happened in the past, and you're like, oh, it's in our body, and you're aware that you shifted, that you are somewhere else where you're not usually, in a way where most of your focus and attention is on this present physical body that you're in right now, but there are other bodies, and if you would train your awareness, you could shift into that body anytime, at will. So there's that. So when you tune into that body, all the memories, whatever that physical body has experienced, or, you know, that aspect of you has experienced, you will have the knowledge of it. That experience will be there with you. So it's pretty interesting. I would definitely agree with that theory. At least just like from my own personal experience. Just changing. Another one. Yeah, so many of them. There we go. Oh, well, hello. Where are they all coming from? Okay, got it. Alright, there's a camp. Might take the camp and look for a little save point or something. Yeah, save point would be nice. There's a cave. Can look for something closer. So I'm just gonna take a minute or two to shut up and allow my throat to rest and get a save point, and then we can go into more questions and conversations. Charles, good to see you. You're still here. I still need to read what you've said, but I'm glad you're not in jail yet, or I hope you're not. What else do we have? Edith is asking, Aquila, are there other beings that their memories being wiped off before being born and have to learn everything from the beginning, or humans are the only ones? I would go with not even the beings, but the places. It's more a place that as a construct works where they can mess with us, but specifically like even animals and beings that like consciousness that is in the body of an animal, for example, gets that as well. There are realms and places. I saw only few where yes, it's happening. And what is happening to humans on Earth? Some of us, some humans who have experienced so much pain, have created constructs where it's like a super juicy place for reptilians, for example, where, hey look, it's a realm where you can get a lot of intelligence, where you can get a tech that will be able to help you to control other places and mind control beings, and like you're just gonna get so many assets, and these guys get interested in reptilians, like they go to that place, they're trapped, they're enslaved, they're mind wiped. So yes, it is happening to others as well. It's not just humans. It is happening to others, different races, like the same way someone would look and say, hey, I've been bullied by this being and I want to get my revenge. It's happening. So reptilians and Dracos or Mantis, some of them are getting the same consequences that people have. It's just someone trying to just kind of give them their own medicine, so to speak. But then again, like I said, it's more about the place. There has to be a construct or something where people choose to, like, hey, these will be the rules, and those that choose to play in this realm, in this construct, they might suffer the consequences, being a mind wipe or something. Like they do not know about it, or there's some the same way. Like I like the a little metaphor of. Think of installing a software, terms of service, terms of agreements, where you want to get your app or game faster, but you do not read what you're agreeing with, and later on you find out like, oh, I agreed to give my data, and people will be able to have information about me and stuff. Like, that happens. So, in different scenarios, like, yeah, there are beings who hide that kind of information that someone might get mind wiped and stuff, but there are other realms where different beings besides humans, and humans are not in those usually not the ones who are being targeted, but those that have abused humans here do get the consequences. And then again, with it, I'll add that it's that duality matrix program that's trying to keep us here. Oh, war, good, bad, right, wrong, get it, like consequences, revenge, and just keeps us engaged in playing this game where we're not actually winning. It's just like an outlet for someone, but they're still trapped in this bigger form or game. Ow. So yeah. Didn't expect that. But yeah. There are those. We'll try another go at it. This time with friends. Uh-oh. Krish is asking how accurate that our original bodies are in hyperbaric chamber, like in the Matrix. Very likely. being a simulation and stuff, there are likely scenarios. I don't think it's actually the case for many. Not like everyone's gonna... Physical body dies, they wake up in a machine and disconnect from wires, and then there's a different reality and stuff. But a lot of us... how should I say it? The way you would think of being in a VR and stuff, we have aspects where from a certain body we can tune in into a life and experience things and then get back into a certain spaceship or place or base where they're training us, or we might be tuned in to like a headset costume or something, or certain wires that help us to experience those other places. But I would say it's more of a like movie scenario of being really controlled. I don't think it's the case because consciousness is free, and to trap one, you can only play on the belief system and the perception, but not necessarily... Like, consciousness does not have a body, but it can choose to be in one. And that's where, here, we choose to be in a body, but it's not like you cannot disconnect from it. So, again, different looks, different point of views. It's a lot. Okay. Next Level Evolution is saying, "Hi Aquila, I would be happy if those Q&A sessions could be more frequent." Me too. That's what I'm aiming for. I have a mindset, or I want to use my day where I usually wake up around 4 AM, so spend most of my morning daytime doing sessions and certain things I have to do, get it out the list, and like free up myself around 8 PM or 7, get everything done by that time and start streaming more often. So again, that's my intention. We'll see how it goes, but kind of going with it. Having a lot of fun engaging with you all. Appreciate your attention, appreciate your inspiration, and appreciate you being here. Like I said before, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be doing this. Playing a game maybe, but definitely not streaming. So you just make my life much better. Finger snap, he said I have to use this. Punk.
Who goes there? Carly sent you, did he? Ever the bloody busybody.
He's big. Really big.
So strange. The name's Blythe. I'm looking for a man who goes by Darrowell. He fled somewhere nearby. Whatsoever. Come tell me if you find him before I do. I can offer you ample reward. Darrowell is nothing but a traitor, and in need of a fitting end to his tale.
Alright. More quests. Look for Darrowell, go to the castle, follow the Grace. Okay, so Charles, finally getting back to what you were saying. Aquila, is there such a thing as a soul mother? Because if I had so many experiences of seeing myself having another mother and doing things with her, then most likely this mom of mine is a soul mom. It's a role of playing a mother, but it's not your mother. More like you are a creator of yourself, and you create everything. You create me and everything else. I create you and everything else. And this concept is weird, but the way I see it is like consciousness can split its point of awareness and view things differently from different perceptions. but it's not like you split and become different, though you can identify as, okay, choosing to be disconnected from all, not have the collective experience. Like, for example, a lot of people want to go into the one and want to fuse and like, oh, being in the source and stuff, but it's like, one of you would be like, Aquila, let's fuse. I'm like, no, I like the way I am. I like my personal space. I don't want your stuff. You might not want mine. I might have different triggers that you don't want to encounter, so let's keep it different. So, with that in mind, consciousness does not necessarily want to blend, does not want to have all of those things together, and chooses to just look at it all from separate perspectives. That being said, your soul mother, the way you call it, is more just a being who has a very strong connection to you. It's like having a best friend, it's like having a lover, someone you know for a long time, someone you get along with, someone who likes you and chooses to play the same scenarios with you. Whether you like being the son and whether you like having a mother or a lover or something, it's just two beings who agree to engage in different roles. Best friends, student, teacher, mother, son, mother, daughter, father, son. Like, you know, people have preferences with what they like, and experiences that they're more comfortable with, they will be more repetitive. So you having the connection with your soul mother is just like, it's a consciousness who likes to play the role of a mother. You are a consciousness who likes to play a role of a son. And so two of you go together and you're like, hey, this is great. Our goals, our ideas, what we go with matches. Let's get together, let's create, let's play. And simple as that. But then again, that's my take on it. Kinda afraid to get close, but I probably should. Or not. We'll see. Missed. Just gonna go to Celine and oops, have a little save point. Just a second, you lovely people. Gonna read your questions soon. Let's see, we might get a little light. Oh, okay. Charles is saying, so then we as the gods, after death, can set up our own domination to get revenge on the elites. If you want to. It can definitely be a choice. I know a lot of beings are doing it. But in a way it's also a trap. Because it keeps you engaged in this game of good, bad, right, wrong duality thing. And the way you're currently, let's say, in this physical body, and you might feel like, hey, I want to escape this. I don't want to be part of it anymore. I don't want to play. I don't want to survive. I want to live and enjoy life and have my own scenarios. Choosing to engage in getting your revenge or fighting for the good cause, even like these, let's say, astral warriors, or even the Pleiadians or Lyrans and other things, as long as we play this war in heaven, galactic war, engage with the Galactic Federations and the councils and so many fancy words and so many fancy groups who have some sort of authority over someone and special. It's a role in a game. Different factions, different groups, different ideals and stuff. but eventually everyone chooses to be engaged. You do not want to fight them. It's a player who chooses, like, think of chess, think of basketball, think of any sport where people agree, let's go into the game, we're gonna be rivals, we're gonna root for different teams, and if your team wins, you know, we're gonna try to fight back, and we're just like a friendly rivalry or something. It happens, it's real, but the same way with consciousness. You choose to engage, you choose to play the game. Do you need that? Not necessarily. It's engaging for sure to play a certain sport, to play a video game, like you have a challenge, you have something to do, it's fun, great. But how long do you want to continue that? You can get out of this whole trap, matrix, duality, if you choose not to play anymore. Find something different, but not in the same perspectives of... hello? Gonna back off a little bit. So yeah, anyway, just kind of making my point, like, while you can get your revenge, I don't think it's worth it. Like, yeah, you want to fight back, you want to show who's the boss, you want to have them get the medicine of their own, feel like, hey, I've suffered, I want you to suffer, but is it actually worth it? Just like, forget, like, yeah, whatever. I don't play this game anymore, just disconnect. Because same as having a bully or a toxic person who has control over you or a narcissist, as long as they keep you engaged, as long as they keep your attention, they're winning. But if you're like, look, you're a narcissist, and the longer you keep my attention, the longer we're involved, the longer you're controlling the situation or having me here, you're winning, you're enjoying. I no longer want to talk with you. Bye. And you go your own way, you do stuff you like, you win. Because they have nothing to do anymore, so they're gonna engage with someone else, but you're not involved anymore and you're not part of it. So, again, that's my take on it. Not worth. For me, personally, I would not go into playing and supporting certain roles of, like, Pleiadians or Taigetans or Lyrans and stuff. They're great, amazing, but they choose to play this game as well. They can get out, but they choose to play. Same as Reptilians and others. It's fun for them. It's an activity, but they're involved in the Matrix. They too are trapped. Or they are willingly playing the good, bad, right, wrong. And if you choose to quit the game, you change the rules and everything, then you win. Then you can do whatever you want.
If you venture north to Rhea Lucaria and come across a venerable blacksmith who's a little on the large side, tell him I sent you, and he'll be sure to treat you right. I owe you one, I reckon. That's enough chit-chat for now. It's time we parted ways.
He's big. Okay, gonna look for little places to have a little rest or something. There's plenty of forest, but I wonder if there are any safe points or something. These guys. Large club, okay. Okay, we're gonna go up again. Fancy. Great. Let's make it more simple, I think. Yeah, there we go. We're gonna have time to chat again. Next level evolution is asking, if we choose to teleport to our own creation after death, then how do we know if we teleported to our own created reality, or we got scanned and trapped in alien version of it for energy harvesting? Good question. when we choose to go to our own created reality, you, in the first place, set up the terms of what's going to happen. So you choose the rules. Is your realm in the duality or not?
Very good.
Your realm part of the matrix or not?
Do you like to learn?
Your realm, does it connect to and have any engagements with ETs or aliens or not? If you choose and decide that, yeah, it would be more interesting if that was the part, yes. If you are in your own world,
Should be left.
your own created realm,
All the more should you spy
you choose what's gonna happen.
their number.
You do not create situations that will trigger you. You do not create scenarios where you're gonna lose. Eventually, a lot of us, after this experience, after being human, will want to rest. So you will most likely have scenarios and experiences where you have peace, you have calmness, you have ability to recollect your memories, to connect with other aspects of you, to connect with the knowledge that other aspects has. And with that, it's like, imagine being in your own realm, but now you have the cheat code. You can access all of your memories, not just from this physical body that you have been with, but all of a sudden you start tapping into the memory and knowledge of the other bodies. And the way people would perceive the oversoul, the higher self, the beingness of us that knows way more than anything else. You have the cheat code in your own realm to access it. You're no longer limited to only what you know currently. Now you have the freedom to access information and beings and places and just get the knowingness of it all. And so you can allow yourself, hey, I'm gonna connect to the other aspects. I'm gonna connect to any being currently that might be close to me in the vicinity or not. And their awareness, their knowledge, their point of view, like this physical body and the world of Earth has a lot of laws and rules and perceptions that are framed and limited, and we have to look at, well, physics work like this, and this works like that, and everything's explained in simple terms or really complicated, but it's very limiting. People cannot fly. Okay, we agree to that. People cannot do this. Okay, we agree to that. In your own realm, you do not need those rules. You can fly. You can be immortal. You don't have to feel pain. You want to have 4 arms? Have 4 arms. You want to change your body like that? Change your body. You have the freedom of creation and doing anything you want. Your consciousness is no longer limited unless you yourself choose to. And thus, you can open up and look. Is there anything that I'm not aware of? Is there anything that might be invisible to me, that might be targeting me and affecting me? The way we have, like, let's say, governments or things that might be invisible to the naked eye that's actually affecting us. The whole luge, energy farming and stuff, that most people are not aware of, entities and stuff. You can access it. You can see it. Personally, consciously, you do not want to create it. So when you create your own realm, you have the freedom from it. You choose to be free of it all. Be free of those experiences. And thus, you have the best life possible. For a while, as long as you want. Until you get bored. Until you want a challenge or something. And then you can have some difficulties. Then you can create different places, or actually just shift your consciousness, tune into other bodies and to other aspects, and have the freedom to encounter anything you want. But that would be my take. A lot of this, let's say, like you're saying, energy harvesting, traps, aliens, and other things, this is the rules and agreements we have as regarding Earth and physical universe and this density. We agreed to this. When you create your own reality that you can go to, you don't have to have these rules. It's no longer yours. You can choose to create the freedom you want to have and be free of it all. So that's your own programming, your own choice. And that would be my take on it.
What do you need? I have little time to spare. Oh, are you aggrieved at the notion you are but a visitant here? Then you would do well to remember the first words of grace given to you. Stand before the Elden Ring and become the Elden Lord. If those words held any meaning to you, follow the guidance of grace. Lay low the shard bearers.
and claim for yourself a great rune. Do so, and the doors to the round tables in the chamber will open, and you will receive the wisdom of the two fingers.
Okay.
Once the wisdom of the two fingers becomes your own, I to you a proper welcome. As a true member of the round table, I have high hopes for you. I'm sick and tired of them. These namby-pamby tarnished think us no more than a shelter from the rain.
Yeah, there's plenty. Plenty of things to do. Sure thing. Thank you for the questions and inspiring me. Like, you're the reason why I'm doing it all. Let's see if we can level up or something. Close.
Stars! I'm so happy to see you. I am Alexander, also known as the Iron Fist. And as you can see, I'm stuck here. Please, can you help me out of this? My thanks.
Yeah, we can help him out.
1,000 thanks. Just give me a good smack from the rear with something nice and big. And I'll pop clean out, I'm sure. Don't dally. There's no need to fret. I'm very well trained. Give it your all, I say. Gosh!
Oops.
Come on. Give
From
me a
behind.
Pop clean out.
Okay. Sorry. Bonk. Yes. Hope it didn't crack his face.
Well played, good lady. Well played. Though that mighty wallop of yours almost spelled the end of me. Well, I'm out now, and that's what counts. I thank you. And as a token of my appreciation, I'd like you to have this.
Hey, solid flesh. Amazing.
Once again, pleasure is mine. I am the warrior Jar known as Alexander.
Iron Fist Alexander. Yep, looks like one.
I journey to the east, where I intend to further my education in the ways of war. And beyond these lands lie the scarlet, rot-blighted Caelid wilds. And upon their southern edge is Redmane Castle, in which a festival of combat is being held. I'd heard whispers of such festivities before. Doesn't the notion set your breast aflutter?
He seems fun.
I'm heading eastward to Redmane Castle. I've heard there's...
Okay. Hello. Okay, just looking at different weapons I have. This one seems fun. Dexterity, right? Okay. Large club. Alright. Oh, we're in the ruins, so I assume we're gonna have friends that are made of stone or something. Dog, calm down. Alright. Had myself on mute a little bit. The dog is playing a guard dog. Good munchkin. But really loud sometimes if he wants to be. Oh, hello. Bonk. Didn't hit it. Okay. I'll be wrapping it up. Got my lover coming back and we're gonna go out of town. The dog's gonna bark for a while. Come on, bud. Okay, got to reach the resting point. So, we'll go through this tunnel later, but everyone, thanks for just being here and, you know, keeping me company, talking to me, asking all of these great questions. Later on, probably on Monday when I get back, I will cut some of the material so that you would have, if someone missed the topic or certain answers and stuff, you will get it. I'll cut it out to a separate content. Without Elden Ring, just a separate window. Is my... yeah, she's wearing a bra. I actually have armors, but I'm going for a lighter load so that my character would move faster. Otherwise, I was using a sword and she was like really slow, so I wanna, for that one reason, making it easier for myself. Anyway, everyone, thanks for just being here for me, for keeping me company, for watching, for inspiring me with all your questions. Definitely gonna make more videos in the future, but really glad you're keeping me engaged and keeping everything in this whole community alive, I would say. So just give me a second to change the settings. There we go, you should have new. There we go. That's me and the whole beauty. Am I? Well, I was, there we go. Yeah, awesome. So, for a weekend I'll be gone, visiting grandparents, gardening, building, doing stuff, taking care of family. But if you have more questions and stuff, I have some videos premiering previous topics where Rich and I talked about stuff, so you're gonna get more content, and after that, you know, we're gonna have more. But yeah, looking forward to more live streams, hopefully on Monday and other days where I have more free time in the evening, so I'll try to do it more often. Maybe different content, as in not just Elden Ring, we just talk live, just this, so that you wouldn't have any distractions and weird sounds and me going all over the place and losing my train of thought. But with all that being said, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take care, and bye-bye.